Y'all, get into the room. Get into the room. Okay. Listen, if you would have been better off emailing me, Andrea. My DMs are just a mess. They're in shambles, baby. They are in the shambles. And I only when I go into my DMs, I look at the top three, and then I just start to feel the shame that I ain't able to get to the rest of them. Okay. So forgive me for that, the people for to all the people out there. But we got to talk about what's going on with Peter Thomas. He has been found innocent, but he has a response to that. He also has a response to what Mia said at the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. We got to talk about the update from Drew and Ralph. That is crazy as well. So get on in the room. Get on in the room, baby. It is too much. All right. It is too much going on today. I can't even make it through a workout. I cannot even make it through a workout without the news pop, locking, and dropping. Okay. So let's get into the tea. All right. First things first, as everybody's coming into the room, let's get into the Peter Thomas of it all because he was found innocent. And I don't know if you guys saw my video earlier today, but he was found innocent. So congratulations to Peter Thomas. Let's get into what he had to say because I haven't had a chance to watch any of these clips, so hopefully they are not full of curse words or anything like that. But I thought, like, let's just do it live together and we'll go through these things together. All right, so let's tap in. All right, first we're gonna go with Peter Thomas. Let's listen to what Peter has to say about his case that he won.
Ton of articles coming out right now, accusing me of all type of stuff. These people will write so many different things. Now that I'm hearing that I'm paying for sex.
What?
That's crazy. I'm giving away money. That's crazy. I was found innocent. Thank God.
So he just let us know he was found innocent.
All 12 jurors came back with an innocent thing. And now I got to move on.
All right, so there is Peter speaking about the case. All right, so now we're going to move on to him speaking about the Real Housewives of Potomac and the allegations that Mia suggested about Peter and Wendy. So let's get into that right here.
Somebody just sent me a clip. I'm going through a lot of shit right now. But somebody just sent me a clip from the Potomac Housewife reunion show. And Mia is going at it with Wendy. And, brother, this is kind of your fault. Because I taped with y'all for 5 minutes promoting Bar in Baltimore.
So he is calling out Bravo as well, just to point that out.
Or in Miami Beach, and you turn that 5 minutes into 9 episodes, and now my name is thrown around on the reunion show when in real life, I don't mess with none of those women. Okay? Giselle, Robin, cool people. The rest of them, Wendy, I shot with her one time, 5 minutes, then go out to dinner with her. I didn't have no late night snack with her. She's a married woman. She's very respectful, very honorable. Okay, so for you to be talking about me and Wendy getting together is so disrespectful, and it's so thirsty. It's real thirsty for you to do that just to collect that check from Bravo. There's nothing cool about that. Okay, and you can't just use my name like that, because if you use my name like that, I'm going to have my lawyer get in touch with you guys, and it's going to be really ugly. Okay, because I do not know any of those women. I never see them outside of my establishment. Okay, and y'all just can't recklessly just throw people's name out there like that, because it actually hurt my business, and that's irresponsible. Please cease and desist. Somebody just sent me a clip.
All right, so there
I'm going through a lot of shit.
Peter giving you guys his side of the story. We had remember, I don't know if you guys remember during our recap that we had talked about this idea of just throwing out accusations, especially accusations without receipts, um, and how it's not a good look for the show. It's really not a good look for the show. Um, because I think we've heard so much of that this season that we as an audience have become numb to whatever anybody else could just throw out there. You know what I'm saying? Without anything to back it up, right? So that's a challenge that Potomac is currently facing and will face as season 8 begins filming is the filming and creating content of substance. That's where we need to get to from this point forward. And if we can't get to that point, then that's not a show that I don't know that many of us want to watch. And I got to be 100% real about that, right? Got to be real about that. All right. So, however, while Peter Thomas was found innocent, okay, we must get into what Tammy Rivera had to say about this because, as you guys know, and I told you earlier in the video, from the previous video, that it was actually her niece that was involved in this case with Peter. So Tammy is speaking out as well. So we're going to pull up what Tammy had to say. This is from our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. So let's get into that.
You know, a lot of people are asking me and DMing me about the situation with my niece. I haven't spoke about it or said anything because, you know, out of privacy for her and her respect. But anybody who knows, they know I don't play when it comes to my family. Peter knows that as well. Um, what the moral story is, my niece didn't want me to help her. She didn't want me involved. She wanted me to help her with the lawyer or the case, anything. What it boils down to is he had Warren Brown as a lawyer. My niece had a state's attorney. That's what happened. That's all it is. He put his hands on her. He choked her. She called me outside the restaurant crying hysterically. My niece is not loud. She's not ghetto. She does not be in no mess. That's not her world. For her to even call me like that and saying that someone and everybody who was in that club saw it. He called around that next morning multiple times trying to apologize and get in contact with her. Like, you did it. Apologize and move on. And you don't remember what happened and you have to call around and say, oh my God, I don't remember what happened last night. What did I do? I don't remember that happening, that you're that drunk that you can't remember. That's sad. Get some help. Thank God that you had a little money to get you a good lawyer to get you off. But next time it might not go that way. It might go a whole nother way. This ain't you know, Miami. This ain't, Charlotte. You in Baltimore. Get some help. Because it ain't gonna be a next time. So thank God you won this case. If it
So Tammy is telling quite a different story. Now, I actually said to myself, I'm going to wait to watch this with you guys so we can just follow along. Tammy is telling a completely different story from what Peter is suggesting. So I don't even know what to say. I don't know, man. She sounds credible as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below and in the chatterization. I told you we had a lot to cover in this video, and so it's deep. It's deep. So let's get into the Ralph Pittman and the Drew Sidora of it all. Okay, let's get into that. Now, this story is honestly, it seems peak Ralph and Drew. Okay. Earlier, we told you guys that People magazine reported that Ralph was the one who filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences and stating that there was no chance of reconciliation. However, comma, y'all, if you don't know yet, y'all are not going to believe this one, okay? Because I saw this first on our good people over at the Housewives of ATL page, okay? Now, the article is from TMZ, but I wanted to give acknowledgments of the first place that I saw it. Y'all know how I like to do, okay? I'm going to spread the source love all around to everybody that I can, because, I mean, why not, you know? And so it's the headline states this. Lord have mercy, get into it. Get into it. The headline states, Drew Sidora files to divorce Ralph, beats him to court by 1 hour. Oh, yes. She beat the man to court by an hour. Y'all, what in the world? What in the world is going on? So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it because ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right. Let's really get into it. We're going to take you through the timeline. All right. Take you through the timeline. Somebody says she's a runner. She's a track star. So let's look at our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. This is wild. This is so wild to me. You can't. I could not make this up. Okay, I'm writing a book about. Listen, I couldn't even make this up. All right, so listen. It says, okay, at 9:43 a.m. Pacific time. TMZ writes, we now have a clear picture of how nasty and petty this divorce is going to be. Turns out Drew actually filed for divorce before Ralph, 61 minutes before him. Okay. Now let's get into what when you think about the time frame, we're gonna make some assumptions, and we're gonna talk some allegedly talk, right? Because this is important. This is important. Is it a coincidence? Okay. Is it a coincidence? I ask you. All right. Now, she got to the court before him for an hour before him. So TMZ, they got her petition. Okay. And hers was stamped at 1:10 on yesterday. Meanwhile, his docs was stamped at 2:11 on the same day. Now, interestingly, she lists the separation date as February the 23rd, but he states that it was February 19th. Okay? February 19th. That was last Sunday. Dang, that was what? That wasn't Super Bowl Sunday, was it? No, that wasn't Super Bowl Sunday. That wasn't Super Bowl Sunday. And so she listed as Thursday, the 23rd, right? So my question is, with them racing to the courthouse, okay, if they both racing and we're rolling on if we racing to the courthouse and she actually beat him, who tipped People magazine to let them know that there was a filing? Because the People magazine article is a little more in Ralph's favor. You understand what I'm saying? All right. It's he filed for divorce. It's all about him doing it. But now somebody then tipped off the TMZ. No, It was actually Drew who filed first. When I tell you, if this ain't the pettiest thing I have ever seen in my entire past 24 hours, okay? If this ain't the pettiest thing that I have seen, I don't know what is. I don't know, okay? I really don't. I can't think of nothing pettier than racing down to the courthouse. Both of these people want out of this marriage and they want out of it now. And they want you to know that they both filed for divorce. Okay? That's what they want you to know. Now, I've seen a lot of comments in the chatterization from my from last video and from the post on Instagram. Oh, get into those. But a lot of people are asking, is this for the show? The show ain't filming. Filming is wrapped. You know what I'm saying? Now, will this be included? Absolutely. Because now they're going, I told y'all they do pickups. Right? They could film all the way up until the time that an episode airs. I mean, just so you know, pickups can happen all throughout the time that the episodes are airing if they need to throw in something, right? How you think you got that footage of Robin and Juan getting married when filming had already wrapped, you know? So conveniently able to throw that into that last episode. It won't like they did it while they was filming. Understand what I'm saying? So, we had a super chat. I want to acknowledge that real quick. Charlene says she didn't pull no muscle running to the courthouse. No, she didn't, Miss Charlene. She's a runner. She's a track star. Now, you know, in my spirit, something tells me, because you got to look at the irreconcilable differences and there's no chance for reconciliation. Something happened. Something major, major, major happened. I don't know what. I can surmise, I can guess, I can make an assumption. My assumption is something happened that was real major. And for some reason, they both wanted to get the story out first. But why? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Why? What was the reason, as Cardi B says? What was the reason? We're going to find out soon enough. I guarantee you, we're going to get these details soon because they so petty that one of them is going to leak that information. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. One of them is going to leak some information because they are already on the petty train. Already on the petty train. Watch what I say. Listen, we in the early stages right now. So we'll find out soon enough. They're going to let us know. You ain't nobody got to do no, I never, listen, you don't do no digging. Don't do no digging. They're going to do it themselves. They're going to tell us themselves. They're going to tell the story. Don't worry about it. We just all we got to do is sit here and watch. And we want to know, right? Because they put it out there for us. They shoveling this information down our throats. So, yeah. Now I want to know. If you're going to shovel information down, listen, if you're going to shovel the information out for the public for consumption, then I definitely want to know. All right. So go ahead and tell us. But they're going to tell us. It's coming. Best believe it's coming. Got a super chat. Andre. What's going on? Andre says, didn't Ralph adopt her son and they getting a divorce already? I don't think he adopted the son officially. I don't think that happened. Listen, I always hate to see a couple get divorced because I felt like she was really hanging in there and fighting for the marriage. But ultimately speaking, in life, I was just talking to a friend of mine before I got on the line, and I just came from the gym, which is why I got this my little runner track star suit on. And we was talking about leaving situations that no longer serve you immediately. Because y'all know we'll hang around for a little while. Raise your hand if you done hung around in a bad situation for a little while. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Don't be ashamed. I'm raising my hand too. If you done hung around in a situation longer than you should have, okay. And we was talking about how we are both like at it in life at the stage that we are in life. Like when something no longer serves us, we run it. We get out of that thing immediately. It doesn't mean that you are a quitter. It doesn't mean that you are a failure. It means that you know enough about yourself to understand this no longer, okay? It no longer serves me. So I got to go for my own sanity. Period. You go through enough situations in life and you realize I ain't staying in that. I'm not staying in that thing much longer. That could be relationships, that could be a job, that could be friendships, social circles, a club, a membership, whatever you call, whatever it may be. But in this case, we're talking about a marriage. So for me, while I do always hope for the marriage to win, if it ain't meant for you to be in, get out. Okay. Protect your peace, protect your sanity. Drew, do what you got to do. Ralph, if you got to do what you got to do, go ahead. Go your separate ways and be happier uncoupled. All right. But we will find out more about this situation. And of course, we will be here to talk about it as we find out, because, we talk about life as well as relationships and the reality TV of it all. And we try to do it in the most positive way that's possible. But we're going to talk about it. So y'all stick around if you're new here. We got some things to uncover in the next couple of weeks. And uncover it, we will. Because, I think I'm a little Sherlock Holmes. All right. Now, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.